Over the years, WWE has seen several outstanding factions, many of which owe their success to the right leader. A strong leader who can handle the spotlight, deliver excellent promos, and convincingly lead the group is crucial for a faction's success. Sadly, there have also been factions in WWE's history that fell short, with one of the main reasons being the selection of an unsuitable leader. The following individuals may not have been the ideal choice to lead their groups, as there were likely better candidates who could have pushed the factions to greater heights.
Professional wrestling is my life!
Rey Mysterio should not have led the LWO. Years after WCW's LWO faction became a distant memory, WWE revived it in 2023, with Rey Mysterio leading the group as a babyface. Looking back, Santos Escobar should have taken the reins instead, with a plan to build him into a much bigger star. Moreover, the faction should have turned heel at some point, removing Rey Mysterio from the group rather than having Escobar depart to reform Legado del Fantasma. Although the LWO has had its enjoyable moments, Mysterio's leadership has not succeeded in elevating any of the other members. Edge is leader of the Judgment Day. In 2022, Edge turned heel and formed the Judgment Day with Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, bringing a dark, eerie atmosphere to the group. However, after Edge was kicked out and the faction brought in new members like Finn Balor, it became evident that Edge was not the ideal leader for this group. Without Edge's guidance, each member had the freedom to develop their own unique personas, moving away from the over-the-top, spooky gimmick that initially defined them. The faction flourished without a strict leader, with each member finding their stride and establishing themselves as top stars in their own right. Gangrel as leader of the Brood. Gangrel was booked as the leader of the Brood due to his vampire gimmick, and while he fit the role, fans often view it more fondly in hindsight than it actually was. In reality, Edge should have been the leader, as he had the most potential of the group at the time. Had WWE booked a younger, more promising talent like Edge as the leader, the Brood could have been more successful. Instead, Edge and Christian eventually split from Gangrel, going on to become bigger stars on their own. Shawn Michaels was the wrong choice for DX's leader. Shawn Michaels was the biggest star when D-Generation X was formed, but he wasn't the most effective leader. While Michaels was charismatic, his style didn't fully click with the group. Triple H, who had proven himself as a strong leader in other factions, took over after Michaels' early retirement. It quickly became clear that WWE had made the wrong choice initially, as Triple H helped elevate DX to new levels of success and influence. Kurgan was a terrible leader. Kurgan was a major failure in WWE, transitioning from a dominant heel to a punchline. The Oddities, though never a faction with great potential, had a solid mouthpiece in the Jackal. However, after he left, the group became a comedy babyface act, relegated to jobber status. Kurgan took over as leader, but he was terrible in the role. Lacking mic skills and a strong presence, he failed to lead the group effectively, leaving them without a credible leader. CM Punk didn't need the Nexus. By the end of 2010, the Nexus was faltering, but Wade Barrett still proved to be a strong leader and the right person to carry the group forward. His commanding presence and ability to rally the group kept them relevant, even as their momentum began to fade. When CM Punk took over, however, he shifted the faction into a more cult-like direction, which marked a drastic departure from the original rebellious spirit of the Nexus. While Punk excelled in his role, the change diluted what made the group special. The Nexus was no longer the threat it once was, losing its edge and becoming a mere shadow of its former self. This shift ultimately led to the faction's downfall as they disbanded and were never seen together again. In the end, many factions in WWE have thrived or faltered based on the leadership at the helm. Whether it's the right choice of leader or a shift in direction, the impact of a strong leader is undeniable in shaping a faction's legacy. What are your favorite WWE faction? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wrestling content. See you in the next one!